Well, my hat's off to the Blue Jays. I watched them a week ago. I thought they had been playing their best lacrosse of the season. I know they had some things they had to work through earlier in the year, and so congratulations to them. I thought they played an excellent game today. And, proud of these guys up here for coming back the way they did. And I think a lot of teams would have looked up at the scoreboard and said the game was over, and with 30 seconds to go or so, we still had a shot to tie it up. And I thought you guys played with a lot of heart. That being said, we're obviously disappointed that we're not playing next week. But we'll get back at the drawing board here before too long and spend some time, especially with our seniors. They've been leading us all year long, and we're sorry we had to go out that way, but we played against a very well-coached team today. I thought they did a great job. My hat's off to them. Congratulations.
Questions?
Right here, bring the mic to him.
Sam Blum from the Daily Orange. Kevin, can you just talk about the emotion now? It looks like you're pretty emotional, as a senior, this being your last game. How do you kind of feel right now, I guess?
Obviously, I don't feel great. I hope to make it to championship weekend again, but I fell short.
Matt Schneidman from the Daily Orange. Coach, I know you've talked about maybe turnovers being an issue for this team. What did that kind of hurt you guys in that area today?
I haven't seen any stats, so I don't know how many we've...
12-4.
12-6.
12 to their 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not a crazy amount for a game like this, but some of them are caused turnovers. So give the credit to the Blue Jays for putting the ball back down the ground a few times, and probably a couple too more than what you would like to get in a game like this. Obviously, theirs to be at 6 is the group was playing very efficient, clearing wise, and got a couple off their rides, but disappointing. Game like this, when we know it's going to be tight, you have to limit those turnovers, and obviously that came into play a little bit today.
Terry Foy inside lacrosse. Coach Desko, what was the approach to particularly Shaq and Wells down, because they finished with 4 goals and 2 assists apiece?
Well, the one that I think Wells got right before the end of the period, that was a very big goal. There were only a few, I think 5 seconds on the end line, and he made a nice dodge. And they made a living off of getting their big littles, getting their inverts with the middies behind in the attackman, and getting switches. So get those guys on short sticks and force some slides. And they're not only good finishers when they get above goal line extend, they're pretty good at finding the open man up top and on the crease area. So nothing that we didn't expect. We didn't see any new wrinkles. I thought they, especially Wells, stepped up today and made some big plays.
Coach, it seemed like the off-ball defense wasn't as good as it normally is. What happened there against this Johns Hopkins team?
That's a great question. I thought that we hesitated a bunch today. We had worked on the inverts, the big littles all week long. It's how they've been getting goals, especially going down the stretch. And their second midfield inverts a lot, and they'll dodge up top with the first midfield. So we didn't see anything different than what they've been doing. I thought defensively we hesitated a few times, and kept asking the guys, if it was good communication. We were talking, and we needed to be very vocal about who was going to make the slide. And we were late a bunch today on those. I was really disappointed in that.
John, as a coach, when after the game's over, you guys were huddled for a little while. How do you, what do you say then, and how difficult is it to kind of come up with something to say? I guess have a message.
Well, I told them that I wish I had some magic words for them, but I didn't, because I know their expectations, my expectations, the staff's expectations, and these guys have stepped up all year, and I think you saw that at the end of the game, and we came out a goal short, and just a lot of disappointment right now.
Patrick.
For Kevin and Dylan, they were able to get that burst there in the third quarter coming out of the half. Just how did you guys kind of react to that offensively? It seemed like there was a little bit of a drought there for you guys, just trying to find opportunities.
That's just part of the game. Sometimes the other team's scoring goals on a run, face-off guy winning a couple, then they go down and score. But that's just part of the game. You got to weather the storm and keep moving on from there.
Ben just talked about kind of going down the stretch with you guys down 4 goals, cutting it to 1. Was there a thought in your mind that you had to win every single face-off?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't start off very, hot. So yeah, the fourth quarter I was, trying to, obviously trying to win every one, but came up a couple short there at the end. So just I wish I could have won a couple more.
John, I know it's pretty raw, but how would you kind of sum up, what you thought of this team over the course of the whole season?
Really proud of this team. They did everything we asked them. I thought we had great leadership, which is usually the key to having the season like this in the regular season. And we put ourselves in we thought in a pretty good position for the playoffs based on the regular season. And they came to work every day, extremely coachable. It's a really smart group. They have a good lacrosse IQ. And, just trying to tell them that it'll get a little better. It's going to take a little while. But we're proud of them, and we're going to stick together as teammates.
Terry.
Coach, you mentioned the Walt Stanwick goal with 5 seconds left. That, combined with the hit on Nicky Galasso, were among many controversial calls in this game. How would you characterize the quality of officiating?
Well, I fortunate to see some replays. They did a good job. It's a tough game. It's such a big game for both teams, and such an emotional game that however the game's being called, we have to adjust, and we have to keep our wits about us and adjust to the score and the time left. And they did a good job. They did a good job today.
Kevin, if you could just talk about when you guys are trying to make a comeback, how frustrating is it going up against a guy like Schneider, who seems to be playing the best he's ever played in his career?
I don't know how many saves he ended up having, but we felt comfortable that if we got a shot, we were going to score, especially at the end. Ben won probably 4 or 5 in a row to give us a shot. It was 15-10, and we were clicking there at the end, and we just needed that urgency a little bit earlier in the game.
Ben, you talked about, you won all those faceoffs toward the end, and just can you take me through the last one, what happened and why it didn't go your way?
I had the clamp, and they're good at playing. Once you get the clamp, they're good at getting into your body. And I thought I pulled the ball, and it just slipped out of my stick. So it was just a good play, I guess, by him.
This is for Ben and Coach Desko. You guys adjusted and put 2 poles on the wings and the face-offs. How'd that guys kind of help you improve at the X as the game went on?
Well, at one point, I think he had won a couple in a row, so we wanted to get a double pole up there to try to put the ball back down on the ground. And then when Ben started winning again, probably 1 or 2 plays late, I wanted to get our offensive middies up on the wings because he was winning, and we had I think 1 timeout left at the time, and I didn't want to have to take the timeout just to substitute and get players on the field, once he won it. So we wanted at least 2 offensive players out there, try to get some quick offense, some hurry-up offense, and then also if they wanted to sub, they couldn't because we had 2 offensive players out there, and we had some success with it. Probably should have done it a play or 2 earlier.
Gary.
Gary Lambrecht, Lacrosse Magazine. John, go back to the game in March. Everybody's grown and changed and all that, including certainly you 2 teams, but you were able to make stops for some lengths of time in that game. What about their offense? What about your defense overall when you think back to how that game went in March and how it went today? What weren't you able to do to put the hammer on them a little bit and stop them for a while?
Yeah, well, I thought the game in March, they got up, I think, 5-1, and we needed to settle our defense down and take better possessions offensively, and we did, and we creeped back. I don't remember if we were ahead at the half or not. I know we were pretty close. I don't recall that part of it. I don't remember seeing it on the film, but and then we just kind of creeped forward and ended up with I think a 3-goal win that day, and we got composed. We were in the dome, and they came out fired up, got to a quick start, and we were able to pick away and come back and ultimately win the game. And even then, that was probably one of our toughest games at home this year.
Any other questions for Syracuse? All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks.